Okay, guys, let's go through some examples of the function rules from today for adding and subtracting. And so you can see I'm going to start with solving for function rules. And I have g of n, that's 2n squared minus 5n plus 6. And f of n is 5n plus 3. So I'm going to start first of all with these. And if they give me f plus g, the first thing I'm going to do is separate them into their own functions. So f's going to come first and then g. So with f, this is my f from here, so 5n plus 3. That's going to go in parentheses. I'm going to bring down my addition. And my g of n is 2n squared minus 5n plus 6. And that's going to be in parentheses. So if I'm going through now to solve this, I'm going to add them together. But I notice that this has the highest exponent on a variable. So n squared is going to be the beginning of our standard form, and then n, and then my number. So I start with the first parenthesis, and I start sorting it in the columns it belongs in. So 5n goes in the n column, and the positive 3 goes in the number column. Then I'm going to start to put these in. So second row now. So 2n squared minus 5n plus 6. Now my job is now just a total. Some of you mentioned you liked putting the zeros in there. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But either way, if I go to total this column, I'm going to end up with 2n squared. If I total this column, I'm going to see that positive 5n and negative 5n basically cancel each other out. This n, or this end where the numbers are positive 3 and positive 6 is going to be positive 9. So that's going to be my final answer. Okay, now I'm going to go through and use the same information, except I'm going to go through, instead of add, I'm going to do subtract. So remember, order really matters. So f has to come first. So 5n plus 3 starts first. Oh, wait. Let's do this, guys. How about if we separate them into their functions? So f of n minus g of n. And then I know f of n is 5n plus 3. Bring down the minus. And I know g of n is 2n squared minus 5n plus 6. Okay, n squared is still the highest exponent with the variable. So n squared, n, and then my number. This is going to go in my first row. So 5n goes in the n column and plus 3. This is going to go in my second row. So 2n squared minus 5n plus 6. Here's the part we need to focus on, though. This negative has to get distributed. So that means that 2n squared is going to become negative. Minus 5n, I'm going to change that to positive. And if I put a negative with this one, it's going to make it negative 6. And then I'm totaling. So negative 2n squared. 5n plus 5n is 10n. Positive 3 and negative 6 is negative 3. So that's going to be your final. Okay, now go over your foldable, and that's what your warm-up's going to be on tomorrow.